When winter hits gently, it's beautiful. But when it hits hard, everything stops. Roads vanish, cars disappear under white mountains, and entire towns can wake up completely cut off from the world, right when families are trying to come together for Christmas. But not all hope is lost, because across the United States, Canada, and Europe, there are machines built to fight back. Machines that don't care about blizzards, ice, or zero visibility storms. Machines that push through the coldest nights of the year to reopen roads, rescue stranded drivers, and keep Christmas alive for entire communities. Today you're going to meet 10 snow tractors that don't just clear snow, they save Christmas. Some are massive winter beasts, some are small but unstoppable, and one of them, the number one machine, is so important that many towns literally couldn't survive a winter storm without it. Before we begin, let me ask you something. If your home were buried in snow on Christmas Eve, which tractor would you trust to dig you out? Comment the number when you see it. I'll be reading them all. All right, let's start with number 10. Ranked 10th, Kubota L4060, USAR, Canada. When the first winter storm hits North America, most towns rely on big municipal plows and salt trucks. But out in small rural neighborhoods, where snow stacks up fast and the roads twist through farmland, it's often a Kubota L4060 that becomes the first line of defense. At number 10, this compact tractor isn't about brute strength. It's about showing up exactly when people need it most. Every winter, dozens of videos appear from the United States and Canada. A lone Kubota pushing through knee-deep snow, carving out driveways, rescuing stuck vehicles, and reopening roads that bigger machines simply can't reach. Its maneuverability is what makes it special. It can slip between houses, weave around trees, and clear paths that would be impossible for a full-size snowplow. And despite its size, the L4060 delivers a surprising amount of force. When fitted with a front blade or snow pusher, it can move thick, wet snow that would overwhelm most compact machines. Paired with four-wheel drive and a heated cab, it becomes a true winter workhorse, a tractor built not for farmland, but for survival. In storm footage from the Midwest and Canada, you'll often see the same scene, lights glowing through a whiteout, the orange silhouette of the Kubota pushing forward, clearing one lane at a time until families can finally get out of their homes again. It might not look dramatic at first glance, but ask anyone living in a remote town after a 30-inch snowfall, and they'll tell you, the Kubota L4060 doesn't just clear snow, it saves Christmas morning. If you had to choose between maneuverability or raw power for a winter storm, which one wins? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious what real tractor fans think. Ranked 9th, John Deere 3038E, USA. There's a reason the John Deere 3038E shows up in so many winter videos across the United States. It represents the moment when an everyday tractor becomes a winter lifesaver. Unlike the bigger municipal plows, the 3038E is a tractor that regular homeowners, small farmers, and rural families rely on when a surprise snowstorm hits. And when the snow comes down hard, this little green machine proves exactly why John Deere earned its reputation. With a front blade or a snow pusher attached, the 3038E becomes surprisingly aggressive. It cuts into packed snow, rolls back ice layers, and opens up driveways that would take hours to shovel by hand. But its real strength is its stability. Thanks to its low center of gravity and four-wheel drive, the 3038E can work on slopes, tight bends, and uneven terrain that would stop larger plows in their tracks. In countless videos from the Midwest to upstate New York, you'll see the same heroic moment. A John Deere 3038E slowly emerging from a wall of blowing snow, headlights glowing, carving a path through conditions that look almost whiteout. It's not speeding. It's not showing off. It's just doing the quiet, steady work that brings life back to a frozen neighborhood. And when Christmas morning arrives after a heavy storm, this is often the tractor clearing the driveway so families can get to church, visit relatives, or simply leave the house for the first time in days. Small machine, big impact. When it comes to winter storms, do you trust the big tractors or the small ones that always show up on time? Tell me your pick in the comments. I love seeing where people stand on this. Ranked 8th. Coyote NX 6020, USA, Canada. In the middle of a heavy winter storm, when the snow piles up faster than anyone can clear it, there's a tractor that quietly earns the respect of every rural homeowner who's ever used one. The Coyote NX 6020. This machine may not have the fame of the big-name brands, but when the weather turns brutal, the Coyote proves exactly why it deserves a place on this list. With over 60 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and a hydraulic system built to handle serious attachments, the NX 6020 becomes a snow-moving beast once a blade or front snow pusher is mounted. The moment it hits a deep drift, you can see the engineering at work. Steady torque, clean pushes, and a confidence that almost looks effortless. What makes the Coyote truly special in winter isn't just power, it's balance. The tractor's weight distribution gives it incredible traction on ice, allowing it to climb snowy hills and pull stranded vehicles where others would spin out. In many storm videos, you'll see it rescuing cars trapped along rural roads or carving a fresh path to reach elderly neighbors who can't shovel themselves out. And then there's the visibility. The Coyote's bright orange frame slices through whiteout conditions like a beacon, a small but unmistakable sign that help is coming. On Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, that sight alone can feel like a miracle. Across the US and Canada, you'll hear the same story repeated by homeowners. When the storm got bad, the Coyote showed up. It's not the biggest tractor in this video, but when the snow gets deep and the clock is ticking, the NX 6020 is often the one that makes sure families can still gather, roads reopen, and Christmas doesn't get canceled. Have you ever seen a Coyote working in deep snow? And if not, would you trust this machine in a real blizzard? Drop your answer below. I'm curious how many Coyote fans we've got here. Ranked 7th. New Holland T5.120, USA, Europe. When winter storms turn roads into frozen walls, most tractors push snow forward. But the New Holland T5.120 does something different. It launches the snow straight into the air like a cannon. This machine becomes a completely different creature once a front-mounted rotary snowblower is attached. You'll hear the engine settle into a deep growl, the augers begin spinning, and within seconds, the T5.120 transforms the landscape around it. Instead of fighting the snow, it cuts through it, slicing through drifts that tower higher than the tractor's hood. The blower chews up dense, compacted snow and fires it 20, 30, sometimes even 40 feet away, creating arcs of white powder that look almost like fireworks exploding across the roadside. In videos from the northeastern United States, Norway, and the Alps, the T5.120 is often the first tractor sent out when a village is completely buried. It's able to make a single clean pass where normal plows would struggle, restoring access to houses, farms, and mountain roads that would remain shut for days. And this is where the magic happens. In the cold blue light of early morning, you'll see the New Holland slowly advancing through a world of silence, casting plumes of snow into the sky as if it's painting the air with winter itself. It's not just clearing a path, it's rebuilding the town, one lane at a time. For small mountain communities, especially around Christmas, this tractor isn't just a piece of machinery, it's hope. Because without it, deliveries stop, families get stranded, and holiday gatherings disappear under 6 feet of frozen snow. Do you prefer tractors that push snow or machines like this that launch it into the sky? Tell me your pick. I want to see which team wins. Ranked 6th, Case IH Farmall 75C, USA, Canada. In towns that sit far from major highways, winter storms don't just bring snow, they bring isolation. When the drifts rise and the winds lock everything in place, the first machine people look for isn't a massive snow truck. It's the Case IH Farmall 75C. This tractor has become something of a legend in rural North America, not because it's the biggest, not because it's the newest, but because it's the tractor that farmers trust when the weather turns from winter to whiteout emergency. With its durable frame, strong hydraulics, and reliable four-wheel drive, the Farmall 75C can mount nearly any snow attachment you throw at it. Front blades, push boxes, even small blowers. And once it hits the snow, it performs with a calm, controlled strength that larger equipment can't match in tight spaces. In countless videos from the Midwest and Eastern Canada, you'll see scenes like this. A farmall carving a clean strip through a road buried under a night of blowing snow. A neighbor using his 75C to dig out a family whose car vanished under a drift. Or a farmer clearing the last path to a small-town church before the Christmas morning service begins. That's the heart of this machine. Community service disguised as horsepower. The Farmall 75C isn't flashy. It doesn't roar. It doesn't boast. It doesn't dominate the landscape. But storm after storm, year after year, it shows up and does exactly what needs to be done, keeping families connected, roads open, and holiday plans alive. Without tractors like this, many rural towns would shut down completely in winter. With it, Christmas survives. Have you ever seen a farmall working in deep snow where a truck couldn't make it? Share your story. Those real-life moments make this community stronger. Ranked 5th, Massey Ferguson 4707, Canada. In the heart of a Canadian winter, there are storms so heavy they don't just cover the roads, they erase them. That's when the Massey Ferguson 4707 earns its reputation. This tractor isn't just built for work. It's built for moments when the snowbanks rise taller than a man, when vehicles disappear under overnight drifts, and when the only way to reach a stranded neighbor is with a loader powerful enough to tear through frozen walls of snow. The 4707 is exactly that machine. With its high-capacity front loader and remarkable breakout force, you'll often see it doing jobs that look impossible, lifting snow in great heaping slabs, carving out buried vehicles, and punching open driveways that haven't seen sunlight in days. In many blizzard videos from Ontario, Alberta, and the Maritimes, the Massey Ferguson is the one machine still moving when everything else around it has surrendered to the storm. And then there's its traction. The 4707 has the weight and stability to hold its ground even on ice-slick rural roads, giving its operator the confidence to push deeper into places most machines refuse to go. Some of the most dramatic storm footage you'll find shows the 4707 clawing its way uphill against blowing snow, its lights cutting through the white haze like a lighthouse in a blizzard. For small farms and remote homes, this tractor becomes a winter lifeline. It clears paths to barns, frees trapped pickup trucks, and reopens the only road leading back to town. When Christmas arrives after a heavy snowfall, it's often the Massey Ferguson 4707 that makes sure families can finally gather, that the season's traditions don't vanish beneath 6 feet of ice. And there's something powerful in that image, a red tractor standing firm in a world painted white, doing the quiet, necessary work that winter demands. If you had to depend on one tractor to dig you out after a blizzard, would you pick a heavy loader like the 4707 or a high-speed snowplow? Drop your answer below. I'm curious where you stand. Ranked 4th, Valtra T234, Finland. In Finland, winter isn't a season, it's an opponent. Here, snow doesn't fall gently. It pounds the landscape in thick, relentless waves. Temperatures plunge so low that steel groans, engines freeze solid, and roads vanish beneath meters of wind-packed snow. Most machines struggle in conditions like these, but the Valtra T234 was born for them. Engineered in one of the coldest farming regions on Earth, this tractor carries a reputation that few machines can match. If the T234 can't get through, nothing can. With its long wheelbase, unstoppable four-wheel drive system, and legendary reliability in sub-zero temperatures, the Valtra T234 moves through blizzards with a calm confidence that borders on unreal. Fitted with a massive snowblade or rotary blower, it opens rural roads, mountain passes, and forest trails that are completely swallowed by snow. In storm footage from Lapland and eastern Finland, you'll see a sight that feels almost mythical. A Valtra pushing through ice fog, its LED bars glowing blue against the white darkness, cutting a fresh path through snow so deep it curls over the hood. Every push kicks up a rolling wave of powder, a frozen ocean parting in front of the machine. And when Christmas arrives in the Nordic villages, the T234 often becomes more than a tractor. It becomes a bridge A way to reach families living miles apart. A way to reopen roads so children can visit grandparents. A way to ensure that no one is stranded in the deep silence of a Scandinavian storm. This is winter at its harshest, and a tractor built to meet it head-on. Would you trust a machine like the T234 to save your road in a true Arctic blizzard? Or would you want something even bigger? Tell me your pick. I'm curious how many Valtra fans are watching. Ranked third, John Deere 6155M, Europe, just USA. In the days leading up to Christmas, small towns and cities face a challenge that feels almost invisible until it isn't. Shops depend on deliveries. Buses must keep running. Emergency crews need clear streets. And families, thousands of them, are trying to get home for the holidays. When a winter storm threatens all of that, municipalities turn to a machine that has earned their trust time after time, the John Deere 6155M. This tractor is built for agriculture, but in winter it transforms into something much bigger. A city snow guardian. Once fitted with a wide-angle plow or high-capacity snow pusher, the 6155M becomes the backbone of municipal snow clearing operations. Its 150-plus horsepower engine delivers the muscle needed to push heavy, wet snow that would overwhelm smaller machines. But its real advantage lies in maneuverability. It can sweep through intersections, turn sharply between parked cars, and cut paths through narrow streets where traditional snow trucks struggle. In footage from Germany, the Netherlands, and northern U.S. towns, you'll see the 6155M working long before sunrise. Headlights glowing against the darkness, plow carving the first lane down a street that vanished under the night's snowfall. Each pass widens the road until, slowly, a town begins to wake again. For many cities, this tractor isn't just clearing snow, it's protecting the rhythm of daily life. It keeps ambulances moving, keeps groceries arriving, and ensures that families can still gather even after a storm that tries to shut everything down. And on Christmas Eve, when the final rounds of snow removal finish just in time for the holiday lights to glow across the square, there's a silent respect that settles over the machine and the people who run it. Because without tractors like the John Deere 6155M, Christmas in many towns simply wouldn't happen. If your city were hit by a Christmas snowstorm, would you want a machine like this leading the charge, or something even bigger? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious where you stand. Ranked second, JCB Fast Track 4220, UK, Norway. Most tractors fight winter storms by digging in, slowing down, pushing forward inch by inch. But the JCB Fast Track 4220 does the opposite. It accelerates. This is the fastest high-horsepower tractor in the world. And when a Christmas snowstorm threatens an entire region, that speed becomes more than a spec sheet number. It becomes a lifeline. The Fast Track 4220 combines something winter crews desperately need: the strength of a heavy tractor with the speed of a truck. That means it can plow long rural roads, respond to emergencies, and jump between towns faster than almost any other machine on this list. In storm videos from the UK Highlands and the mountain roads of Norway, the Fast Track's headlights slice through blizzards like a pair of white-hot beams. Snow flies in wide arcs as its front blade clears lane after lane. The machine holding traction even on polished ice thanks to its perfect weight balance and full suspension. A rarity in tractors of this size. When other machines struggle to reach people stranded miles down isolated roads, the Fast Track 4220 simply gets there first. And that's exactly why winter crews pick it for the moments that matter most. Opening school routes before dawn, reaching farms cut off by drifting snow, or leading rescue teams down roads where visibility has dropped to almost nothing. In some footage, you'll see the Fast Track roaring down a frozen country lane, plow lowered, engine steady, carving a corridor through snow that looks too deep for any wheeled machine to cross. But that's the magic of the 4220. It doesn't just fight winter, it outruns it. For Christmas travelers caught in an unexpected storm, the sight of a Fast Track speeding toward them through the white haze is more than relief. It feels like a miracle arriving at 50 miles per hour. Would you trust a fast snow tractor like the Fast Track? Or do you prefer slow and ultra-heavy machines? Tell me your pick. I read every comment. In first place, Holder C270, Germany, Austria. Some winter heroes arrive with massive engines and towering blades. Others come in a much smaller package. Meet the Holder C270, the compact snow tractor that quietly earns the #1 spot on this list, not because of size or power, but because of something far more important: precision, reliability, and life-saving access where no other machine can go. When Christmas snowstorms hit European cities, narrow streets, pedestrian zones, old town alleys, and tight courtyards become impossible for large plows. That's when the C270 appears, a small orange silhouette gliding into places bigger machines can't even enter. With a rotary blower mounted up front, the C270 chews through snow like a machine twice its size, throwing powder into perfect controlled arcs. With a front brush or V-plow, it sweeps sidewalks so clean you could walk on them moments later. And with a salt spreader attached, it transforms into a full winter service vehicle capable of keeping an entire neighborhood moving. In footage from Germany and Austria, the C270 navigates old stone streets coated in ice, weaving between buildings with only inches to spare. Its lights glow softly against the snow-covered architecture, turning the entire scene into something straight out of a Christmas postcard. And yet, the impact it makes is enormous. This tiny tractor keeps hospitals accessible. It clears walkways for elderly residents. It opens paths to Christmas markets filled with lights, music, and steaming mugs of hot chocolate. In places where winter threatens to freeze life in place, the C270 keeps the city and the season alive. That's why it sits here at #1. Not because it's the strongest, but because it often makes the biggest difference. Do you think the true winter hero is the biggest snow machine, or the one that reaches the people everyone else can't? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to see how you think. And that is our journey through the 10 snow tractors that refuse to let winter win. Every machine you saw tonight, from the compact workhorses to the giants built for whiteout conditions, played a role in keeping roads open, reconnecting families, and saving Christmas for entire communities. In the worst storms of the year, these tractors didn't back down. They showed up when nothing else could. Now I want to hear from you. Which tractor impressed you the most? Was it the speed of the fast track, the raw power of the Valtra, or the unstoppable little Holder that took the #1 spot? Tell me in the comments. Your pick says a lot about the kind of winter warrior you are. And if you enjoyed this journey through snow, storms, and unbelievable machines, hit the like button so YouTube knows you want more videos like this. Make sure you're subscribed. We have more incredible machines coming, and you won't want to miss what's next. Thanks for watching. Stay warm out there. And until next time, may your roads stay clear and your Christmas stay bright.